The information technology cluster involves those people who work with hardware and software and planning and the information needs of an organization so that the organization can handle myriad amounts of information and make really good decisions for the institution, for people, and for the planet.
My name is Richard Hodges. I'm the CEO and founder of Green IT. As with most people who've reached my stage in their professional lives, you look back on how you got to where you are, and sometimes it's a little surprising. Actually, right out of college, I started playing music and teaching music as a profession, and did that for a while, and then went back, got a graduate degree, an MBA, went to work for a very large company, moved from there to a consulting firm, worked there for a few years, and at that point decided I wanted to start my own company. Richard Hodges. We reoriented the consulting practice around sustainability 5 years ago. We were the first organization to go out and offer a full life cycle approach to sustainability for information and communications technology systems at a time when nobody else was doing, and frankly, not very many people had thought about it very much. For the Buck Institute in Aging Research, we did a project where they were building out a new laboratory, and we did a new approach to the infrastructure design. And we managed to get involved in the process early enough to really affect how that whole process took place, rather than coming in at the end and just simply having to deal with what was there. It happens that the person who's the vice president at the Buck Institute is a person that I've worked for a very long time.
My name is Ralph O'Rear. I'm the Vice President of Facilities and Operations at the Buck Institute, where we do biomedical research and specialize in aging. What Richard Hodges and I did when it came time to develop the Institute was to say information technology is too important to overlook.
I was doing something new, and if it didn't work, he was going to have a problem. And we would never have been able to get that project done in the way that we did if it hadn't been for a long-term trust relationship.
When we commenced the design process, we as an organization decided that we needed to achieve LEED certification.
Leadership in energy and environmental design. There's LEED for new construction, there's LEED for commercial interiors. And because this was the build out of shell space, this was a LEED CI, LEED for commercial interiors project. I worked with Richard on getting the LEED paperwork all together and submitting the documentation to the USGBC for the LEED credit.
And so we designed a new infrastructure cabling system that reduced the amount of cabling by 50%. Part of the reason we could do that is because we went to a new integrated voice and data network. We only needed one wire to support both computers and telephones. We also used a cabling product that's made with a different kind of plastic that's fully recyclable at the end of life.
Because we're starting from scratch at that point, we could apply techniques and methodologies that really wouldn't be appropriate for an existing building.
For the innovation side of things, we managed to move the infrastructure out of the closet that was designed in the floor plan and up into the ceiling. So there's empty space in the ceiling that isn't being used, and we could actually move our equipment up there. It's in a drop-down box that can be accessed by the IT people if they need to get into it and service it. But the floor space that was previously provided for that is now available for scientific use.
The greening of information technology is something that got overlooked in a lot of the early days of the sustainability movement.
Part of what's happened in the last few years is people have focused on energy efficiency, or particularly, say, energy efficiency in data centers. Very important issue. But what we keep trying to come back to say is it's a full life cycle sustainability approach that looks at where that iPod you have in your hand, where did the materials for that thing come from? Who made that? What factory? Where is that factory? How did that thing get to you in your hand? How long are you going to use it? What are you going to do with it when it's done and you want a new one? And for us to really begin to think about our consumption patterns of how we use these systems. Information technology is an exciting field to be in because it's constantly changing, new technology, new things coming along. It forces you to learn, to adapt, to adjust. For me personally, it's been a tremendous opportunity to do something where I feel like I have the opportunity to give back to the community, to give back to the world, to do something that's really, truly meaningful for the future of the planet.
The information technology cluster is about the internet and about the use of multimedia. In our lifetime, we're going to find that most of our uses will gravitate to be online, be web-based, and so it's a great way to pursue a green career.